guys, this is Orsi. This is going to be my last a deck for a month video, which is congratulations on me. I managed to do all of them. Honestly, I didn't think, I wasn't fully confident that I would stick to the plan, but I actually did, even though I didn't use the deck for a full month because, as you might know, or maybe you practice the same traditions. Some start the new year at Samhain. I start the new year at Yule. For me, ever since growing up as a child, Christmas was the end of the year, so to speak. That was the thing that we all waited for, and after that it was just like meh for a week, and then New Year's, which never was that significant for me. So now that I'm practicing more so spiritually, I guess, not spirituality, but my practice is more spiritual. I consciously decided that on the 21st of December, that's my last day of the year, and from then on it's a new year. So why does it matter? It matters because for the year ahead reading, I did all the pagan holidays, a card for a pagan holiday last year, and that was quite good until around half of the year, and after that, unfortunately, what the cards showed me as an opportunity or an option or what could have been didn't came true. So I decided that this year I'm not gonna do it like that. So I only pulled 4 cards, but that made me think that a month and a half is much more. It's more as in enough maybe to study a deck than just a month, because a calendar. Oh, it's such a weird way to say it. I apologize. I'm still a bit sick. After frolicking in the snow for a day, I got sick, obviously, but whatever. So for as a 31 day for deck, it's just never enough. I don't ever get to spend as much time with it as I want to. It was enough to introduce me to ways to use some certain decks and show me where I want to expand, where I might not, which was with this deck as well, which is interesting. But it's not enough. So I decided that I will have 8 decks for next year, and I have the first 4, and I think I posted the video which one is going to be for the first 4 pagan holidays, or I follow the pagan wheel of the year pretty much. So you can check that video if you're interested as well. But so this was as a preface. I edged it, I trimmed it, so it's modified. It's not how it looks in real life when you get it. This is the beautiful guidebook, and I say beautiful because look at that. And if you don't know, the author is Maggie Steepwater. She created this amazing 4-part series, The Raymond Boys. I can wholeheartedly recommend this book series. Read it if you can. But unfortunately, the deck is not that much connected to the books. I think it's unfortunate because it would be so cool to have the option to expand on the cards, the meanings with those books. But it just it connects, but not enough, in my opinion. I think I understand why probably they felt like it was better to create a more general deck so that people don't have to read the book, but I think it would have been done in a way where you can optionally read the book and get more information than not connect the book to the deck at all. But my personal opinion, but I think it still holds true. So what you need to know about it, me going into this this month with this deck, I tried reading reversals, but I think I'm gonna just go back to reading positions, because in the past few weeks, no, not even weeks, like days or a week, I I really was like, okay, I'm gonna read reversals because I want to expand on meanings like that. But I realized that nope, reversals doesn't work for me, and that's why I'm gonna flip things around. And it's a personal choice. I was okay, more than okay, when I started studying tarot to read reversals. It was a very useful way of practice reading, because it helped to decide which side of the card, like the more shadowy or the more light version of the message I need to hear. But what I learned to love more instead is the positional aspect of things. Maybe I should do, do a video about it separately, because this could be a topic. If I remember, I will. But with this deck, the first reading that I did with it back then when I got it was because of the books. It was completely inspired by the way the books dealt with certain topics. So I used it to do ancestral readings, and it worked really well. And I'm not saying that I got we are here and we always support you, and my grandma, the other one, not because the one that I have the best relationship right now, died last year. She was still alive when I started using this deck. I got a really not so cool message from someone that I expected to have a better relationship with. So it's kind of funny that if I had any notion about, working with that people in a sense that, my ancestors, so not just, random people, I don't claim to do that or be able to do that, and I don't even think I want to. But, I was expecting more gentler, more, oh yeah, we're here to support you message, because she was that supportive energy in my life when she was alive. But the reading was like nothing like that. So I was like, okay, we might not need to continue our relationship this way then, which was interesting. And yeah, not nice, to be honest, because I was absolutely sure that she would be a supportive energy for me from the other side. But, well, I guess she has other things to do. But, my other grandmother that I had a very frustrating and disconnected relationship in life showed up much more in the afterlife. So you never know. That's just what I'm saying. But because of the first reading being an ancestor reading with this deck, I kind of assigned that role to this deck. And I only read with it a few times when I wanted ancestral messages, and the deck worked very well for it. But I still felt like I'm missing an opportunity to work with a great deck because I put it in a box, so to speak. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna add it to the mix of things, and I'm gonna just use it like a regular deck. Pull cards each day for the month, which I did, and then see, how it happens or how it ends up working. And to be honest, my expectation was that it would be an easy, smooth transition, that I could just, use it as a regular deck, because it's a regular deck. I made the assignment, the connection with the ancestral readings, so it's not like the deck itself claims to be anything like that. But for some reason, I don't know, I didn't feel connected with it as much as I thought I would. And one of the reasons is because of the fire suit. The fire suit is all about creativity, which is true, fire is passion. But I don't just read fire as connecting that passion to creativity. It connects to love as well, and health. For me, when I read the Wands suit, it's related to health issues, and I don't read for other people, but for myself, definitely. So when the guidebook is only talking about a project that needs to you know, pulled into the world, like the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Where is it? I'm trying to find it in the book. So it's about, you know, the 2 of Wands is a raven snatching. I will try to find maybe the card at some point. Oh, here's the 3 of Wands. Okay, then I can show you the 3 of Wands afterwards. So it's a in the 2 of Wands, the raven is snatching a wand from the creative fire, which was the Ace of Wands, because it's that's the artistic chaos, and that lacks direction, and the raven gives direction to that artistic chaos. But you know, the explanation is when you pull the 2 of Wands, it's time to make some goals for yourself, which could be because, you know, 2 of Wands usually is make plans. So, you know, setting up goals, perfectly fine. They should be personal goals, milestones that are entirely within your power to achieve. Good idea. It's not time to release your creative force on the world yet, but it's time to start thinking about it. So maybe I'm just nitpicky, but I still feel like that this is only about that, because maybe, you know, I just read it wrong. But the 3 of Wands, for example, is growth, partnership, and planning. For me, planning is the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands keywords are planning, goals, and looking forward. So what are we doing? Still planning. And it talks about collaboration, seeking advice, and stuff like that. But that, for me, it's the Pentacles, you know. So I don't know. I'm not saying that the guidebook is bad or the meanings are wrong or anything like that. Just for me, some explanations in the guidebook are limited, and if you look at the art, you definitely can use it without it, you know, if you don't want to. But sometimes it's just nice to have the explanation. Like, if you read the book, you know why that is the way that looks. And I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I can't explain it very well. I know I'm just mumbling. And what I'm trying to say is that for me, using it as just a regular deck for a daily pull or doing some reading there's a disconnect between me and the deck. I still think that this deck, for me, for my collection, for the way that I read things currently, is my ancestral deck. I don't know why I still feel that. I don't think I have a lot of decks that has specific roles like that, and like I said, I can't really explain it, because this would be great for someone who's creating a project, which I am always. But okay, I haven't worked on anything recently, which probably is part of my problem, but you know, I guess the month was good for me because I realized that that's okay to have certain decks for certain roles. You don't always have to use every deck for every occasion, which I tried to get over, to be honest, when I started this whole let's get to know my decks a bit better. So yeah, I learned something. I don't know if this was useful, but hopefully this was useful for you guys. Did I do? I can't remember, but I think I started using the. Let me check my notes. Yeah, so for this deck, before I finish, I started using the Sacred Destiny as a clarifier, and they look really nice next to each other. Oh, look at that, the Two of Cups and New Beginnings. But for me, because of the months that I had, this was pretty much my month was sometimes, oh, I love these. When I pulled a card that made me feel a bit hopeful and, you know, gave me some maybe just nice feeling, it was clarified by such a card that it was like, nope, we're not talking about that. So it's this combination, these two were pretty much kicking my ass, and I'm not sure that I was ready to hear that. I guess I had to hear it, even though if it's not like I didn't want to hear it. I was just in a more vulnerable space emotionally. Oh, look at that. So yeah, I wasn't really ready to snatch, you know, to get those tiny hopes and then get them snatched away immediately with a card that I usually works very supportive. And I know it's still supportive, you know, if it's not nice washing something, but you really have to know yourself when to pull cards and when to not. So after a while, I think I just stopped because I was like, you know what, I'm not ready. And that's okay. We're okay. We have to know ourselves, and we have to know our limits as well. So that's okay. Okay, so yeah, freedom, Ten of Swords. That's yeah, interesting combination coming up, and I can say I don't see the message, but I do. But anyway, let's leave. I have the King of Swords, today's card in the Ephemer Tarot, so let's leave with the King of Swords. So yeah, this combination works well. It's very on point. So if you want to use it with an Oracle deck, definitely give the Sacred Destiny a chance. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was useful. For me it was. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next one. Bye.